Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today with our hermit playthrough, I guess you want to call it. This is the escape slave, this gentleman right here. He escaped from captivity, and now he lives out in the middle of nowhere. You can see we're nowhere close to any cultural influence, except for these darn purple guys. So they have popped up since we moved out here. These two settlements, that's what these are, have both popped up, and it's very frustrating knowing that they're there. So we are up here on the map. Let me get this cursor off here so I can actually move around. All right, so we're right up here. This most recent one just occurred, and it's got me all perturbed. I don't like it there. Nothing we can do about it because we can't go and recruit help. We don't have any dogs or anything, so I've been thinking about it, and I think in a RP situation, what would this character do? He would move away. He would move from this area. And as much as I don't want to do that, and we're still kind of tied to this area because we got food here being prepared, but I mean, there's not a lot here. In other words, we can easily pick up shop and move once all this food's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to head north on the map. If we look here, yeah, we can go north, and I don't mind that idea. Ultimately, there's still a lot of unexplored ground, and eventually we're going to hit the coast, which living on the coast presents its like whole array of like different food sources potentially, so it can be an interesting lifestyle living up near there. But with that said, we still have a lot to do here. One of the reasons I do want to do more exploration now is because we're not quite out of the winter season yet. So we have to get some iron before I can do anything else and make some axes. But we can't do that in the middle of the winter. There's no way I can dig anything up, whether it's in the lake looking for iron or, under a cliff, whatever the method is. I don't think it's going to work in the winter. So killing a little bit of time, at least a few more weeks, because we are getting close. You can see temperatures getting higher, this blue line. When that starts to go into yellow and red, I think it means, yeah, it's starting to warm up. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Now, let's check on these skins before we run away. All right, we've got 8 days before that thing. What's this one over here? Okay, we got a couple of cured skins. Those are fine. We're leaving those there. Yes, leave those there. Those are there so I don't forget that we have cured skins and I can get those ready whenever I need to. But nonetheless, let me look at my inventory, take a quick... Ooh, we need more arrows. I see that right away. Ah, we've got a fine elk skin on us. Let's drop that sucker. I don't need to be carrying that around. Must have just recently finished it. And our bag is empty. What is that? That should just be for water, right? Yes, let's make a hole, please. All right, and take a drink. Now let's see here. The bag, yeah, let's fill that up with some water. Oh, that's right. We poured this out to make more carrying capacity for our elk here. So let me double check and see. I don't have any raw meat on me. We have elk fat, and we do. Okay, so I still need to process these. Great, great, great. I'm glad I checked that instead of just running right out. Now we've got tons of spruce withe or cordage, basically. Let's see. Anything on the ground? Oh, I'm too heavy to move. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to drop that cordage again. I've got like 250 pounds of raw meat on me. So I'm going to push it in the direction I actually want to prepare the meat. Boom. So now I get a big pile of cordage at my feet and I can move to it. All right, we got a lot of stacks here. Now we can pick it up. All right. And I'm going to do one more thing to make my life easier. I'm going to drop the bag. And yeah, that's right. I'm going to drop that. Now hold on. I think that elk skin there, I'm realizing that was not fully prepared. That's a raw skin, isn't it? Crap. All right, well, let me work on the, yeah, we'll do this first. I won't worry about that just yet because I'm noticing I've got this fat in my bag still, so I didn't look at that skin closely enough, but no worries. This actually doesn't take all that long to do these. And since it's very cold outside, our skin is going to be perfectly fine. It won't rot away or anything. Not in less than a day's time in the middle of winter. But we've got tons of food now. Like one of my big goals for this coming with summer season was to get so much dried meat going that we don't have to worry as much about hunting. I can spend the time in the summer actually crafting and stuff, getting all that iron we need and making axes. Because of course the long-term goal of this one is to build a cabin in the woods, a nice cabin too. So we got to have metal axes. Okay, yeah, so here it is, right here, the elk skin versus the elk fur. It's good to see that comparison between those two, even though the weight's obviously very different, but you can see the name difference is what I'm worried about. So that skin right there, whoopsie, I'm glad I thought of it. Sometimes when I haven't played in a day and I load up and I forget whatever's going on, that's okay. We did just get an amazing kill. Ooh, I dropped my food. So let's see, we've got 8 days here. We can still stand on the ice. I can go ahead and process this skin right up here. Keep it separate so don't forget about that stuff. There we go. So now we get to tan it with the fat. Beautiful. It's going to make us tired, but that's okay. Spending a day or so in the, yeah, we picked up our stuff. But spending a day here at the camp is always nice. And let's see, I'm going to zoom out real quick. Let's see, we are tired, but it's still a little bit early. Let's check our pig traps. So we've got a bunch of traps down here in this area right there where the X is. There's 5 of them. But so far we haven't gotten a single hit on these traps at all. Oh, still nothing. There were pigs all over this location, but I don't know. What's this? What are these tracks here? Very fresh, big glutton. So that's a bird track. I have a feeling the pigs might have left the area after all that work, but that is just how it goes sometimes. The only thing to do is reset the traps and either move them or leave them there and hope for the best. But it is just a prayer. You know, speaking of which, I noticed at one point, I think recently when I was moving, that I had gotten frightened. And someone pointed out, very, very great commenter, thank you so much, Donald, that I'm not sacrificing enough. And so let's go ahead and grab some meat so I can do that more often because I have tons of meat. I've been doing tons of kills. We can sacrifice a little bit each day if I just keep like a loose pile of it in my backpack. We could do general sacrifice and just do one piece as we feel comfortable. You can't just do it over and over again. You know, you have to wait a day or whatever. But we'll go ahead and sleep. And yeah, tomorrow night before bed. Because the sad thing is, I don't have a sleeping prayer with this character. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. We just have 3 like information rituals. The rituals which give you info on how to do certain things. The sacrifice is obviously self-explanatory, but yeah, we don't have the prayer for before going to bed, which stinks, but that's okay. I have to remember to sacrifice, you know. Okay, well, I have gotten the elk fur finished. I also made a bunch of cordage to make a bunch of arrows. So we've got 9 fowling arrows and 8 fine fowling arrows and 1 regular arrow that we found somewhere. Must have been from an NPC hunter or something. But other than that, we're pretty light. I've got the food for eating, the food for sacrificing, and our water and our clothes, and that's it. So everything's done here. Of course, this has got 3 lays. 3 days here for the de-haired. So I can't go too far. I need to come back, but I do want to go on a little bit of an excursion northward. So like I said, I think we're going to eventually pick up shop and move north to get away from these purple boys. Don't get me wrong, I love the area that we're in, this land here. It's been very fruitful so far. It's all open, but we got to find something up north that we can get away from these people. So let's go out for a couple of days. I want to make sure we get back before that skin rots so that I can preserve it. I'm not even going to worry about finishing it off right now. We're just preserving till the summer, till I can get a whole bunch of bark. I need a bunch of tree bark because I've got like 3 skins now that are just preserved and stuff. So can't do it in the winter. The tree bark freezes on the bark or on the trees, and you can't peel it off even with a knife apparently. But I guess it's too brittle. I don't know why it won't work. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the chemicals don't react as well in the winter. That's it. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. We start heading north, and immediately we see a little mountain here. Oh, there's several of them. Yep. So mountains are good for a lot of reasons, but one thing I love them for exploring like this is line of sight. Stand on one of them and just look in all directions. Boom. Your map will be nice and open there. So let's zoom out a bit. Okay. Just checking. Like I said, just looking. Don't want to go too far. Let's start heading back, but we can open up the map in like this direction here. Probably not going to see anything super interesting because this is still too far south for my taste, but I like to you get as much opened up as you can. It's always beneficial. So let's see, where are we exactly? Still need to head south. All right, let's just look. In case we get lucky, we might kill something, but Otherwise, we're going back to check on that skin. There's our shelter. Ooh, a badger. Hold on. No, I need to rest because I'm in negative 94. All right, we're pretty weary, but let's step into this area. Is he still around, possibly? We didn't officially encounter him here. I'm just hoping maybe we'll stumble into him, but yeah, it's okay. I'm too hungry and tired for that. Badgers are tough prey too, by the way. So, yep, we got home just in time. We were extremely tired. Let me go ahead and, oops, I can't see the water here. All right. So let me check on this skin real quick. I'll zoom in here too so we can see what's going on a little better. All right, it's still got 2 days. Okay. Well, we'll get a good night's rest and I'll go explore north a little bit more. Oh boy, well, check this out. Look at this, folks. I've got me some boards in the making. And that's right, we still just have the stone axe, but it is now possible to make boards with a stone axe, which is a huge change, really big change. All right, so that makes things a lot easier for us. Let me pick up those branches. I'm going to work on these some more. Let's repeat. Oh, wait, I have to go Shift MB. There we go. Yep, keep cutting them up there, buddy. It takes a long time, though, you can see. So it is balanced pretty well in that sense. It still takes forever. And it's going to take me probably more than a day to do this. So while I'm just, instead of exploring like a little bit northward, I was like, maybe I can craft something. Then I thought, hey, you know what? Let's try some boards. So the skin is probably ready tomorrow. Yep, ready tomorrow. Go back to bed, get us some water, and I'm trying not to forget to sacrifice too. So it's nice and early. Let's sacrifice. There we go. Feel comfortable. Trying to make up for lost sacrificing time, and we'll have ourselves a breakfast too. You can't just sacrifice to Mother Nature. You got to sacrifice a little bit to your tummy as well. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see if we can get these done today. Probably no way in heck. The birds are everywhere. Oh, the birds on this tile are so thick, it's crazy. All right, let's repeat. We're weary, but maybe we can push it. Yep, no way we're getting it done today. Time to hit the sack again. The skin's probably ready for our attention now, so let me take a drink. Hold on. There we go. I always like to keep that ice broke. We could be drinking from the bag I have water in, but keep the ice broken so it doesn't freeze over because it'll take like 3 times as long to get it if it fully freezes. But there we go. Skin's ready. So what I'm going to do now with this thing, again, I don't have, we could soak it, but I don't have a place to tan it really. Or not a place. I don't have the materials to do it, I don't think. So what we want to do is cure it for preservation. Boom. So now it's good. I don't have to worry about it. We can go north, but first let's get these. I don't know why. I guess I want these. We can make some traps and stuff, but how close are we to this? I kind of just wanted to test it. I didn't think it would take me 3.5 days to complete this, but geez, it is really balanced out. The time it takes is definitely, it's an investment. Well, like I said, it's the first time for everything. So how did we do? 10 poor boards. Because I was thinking, I could still make some skis. We need a little bit of leather. Let's see, can we slap some skis together? It would be great if we had some for the remainder of the winter here, even if they're poor quality. Let's try that before we head out. So if we go to our transport section, let's do skis first because ski stick is easy. 2 boards, 4 pounds of fur, tying equipment. We can do that. I hope that axe we have is good enough. Whoopsie. Picked up 2 boards. All right, now let's step over here. I'll grab some cordage. Suppose this leather cord would work. Let's grab that. Okay, oops, and it said fur, which I should have plenty of. Let's see, so what do we want? I've got 23 pounds. That's the leather. I'm going to grab that leather because I think we need it for the ski stick. I'll grab this 1.9 pounds, use that up, and then the elk fur. All right, now we'll go back to this. Let's make some skis here, baby. All right, I'll use that up and then a little bit of that. Boom. Oh, this is going to take a while, but come on. I hope we have the leather to make the ski stick. Otherwise, this is pointless. It says the stone axe is an awkward tool here. I should have rested fully and slept, but I wasn't even thinking about it. It's okay. Like I said, if these turn out to be inferior, ugh. Wait, you have to do an action command. Inferior skis. I've used inferior skis before. It's okay. It still is going to be helpful. Not as helpful, but who cares? It's an accomplishment nonetheless. Okay, well, I was looking, experimenting, checking my inventory, seeing what I've got here, and my worst fears have come true, sadly. I don't have the leather to make the ski stick. I've got the skis, and I can equip them, but without a ski stick, it doesn't work. So we're kind of in a hard place. Here's what I've decided to do. We're not totally without an option. Go back here, ski stick. I need 1 pound of leather. My wild boar leather is only zero point 0.7. I used too much of it for cordage, but I didn't realize I'd be doing this. So we can still use it. Now, the only piece of clothing I've got, now I don't even have leather boots. Only leather I've got is these leather paws or gloves that I made for myself. It's got enough. It's going to take the strips away from the gloves, so they're not going to be as effective. But we are getting out of the winter season now, and I hope that we can still put them on. Yeah, see, so the hit points on them are reduced quite a bit. These are pretty tattered now. There's very little of it remaining, but soon enough we'll be able to make a whole bunch of new leather stuff. So I just made that decision now. If I wield the ski stick, boom, there it is. It's in my hand instead of the arrow right there. But now when I move forward, boom, we are skiing. Look at that. I can ski in stealth mode now, so this is amazing. Of course, if we look, as I pointed out before, I always take away all my skiing skills when I create a character, just because I know that it's going to take. Once you start skiing, you'll learn very quickly. It will take a while though, so we're not going to be super adept at it. But this is awesome. So what I'm going to do is pick up some food. I noticed there's some finished right here. Let's grab that. Now I'm going to drop it over here because I want to take some of the older food. That's just done drying. So I'm going to drop that. Also, I'm going to drop all this cordage. We don't need that anymore. The rope I'm keeping, actually. That's getting dropped. Okay, good. And let's pick up some more food because we're going on an adventure northward. I'll pick up the 55 dried elk guts. That's 5 pounds of food. That should be good enough because I've already got 8.6 pounds in my bag. So we're good. We're good. All right, guys. Everything's set here. The skins, that's not ready for another 10 days. So we're fine. We've got ourselves some skis. Let's go north. I'm just going to shoot ahead. Take a drink, take a stop to drink and eat occasionally. And of course, we'll do a sacrifice now and again. Let's do a general sacrifice. Oh, we can't do it on the wilderness map. Oh, well, we'll just wait then. Let's keep moving. I'm not ready to stop. Okay, let's see. All right, we're not quite. I'm going to zoom all the way out so we get a good sense of where we are in relation. That's as far as I can scroll to the right and to the north. So we can't go any farther just on the map alone. Let's see. Also, we'll peek at our skiing skill occasionally, see if we level that up. There's no in-game notification at all. It might say something here, but I never notice it. In fact, I don't think it does. But tell you what, we're getting tired. It's evening. Let's sleep now while it's not snowing or anything. It's the one big challenge going on long journeys like this, as long as you have your temperature under control, is the ability to sleep. Because sometimes it'll snow for like days on end, and you just won't be able to sleep in that kind of weather. And it's not good. Sometimes you're forced to like stop and build a shelter where you probably wouldn't necessarily plan to. All right, here we go. We're finding some mountains. Like I said, these will help exploration quite a bit. So, kind of what I'm looking for is I think these are actually these mountains, all this abundance is going to make searching for iron really, really easy. I hope. I say that quotation marks easy. But one commenter already mentioned what you want is something like this with the mountain directly next to the marsh, I think. Don't quote me. We're going to learn this all very shortly. Once I determine a good spot, we will figure this out. This is tricky here because it's hard to get off this one without climbing. But there we go. All right, we get down right here. No. And again, I don't know if this is even viable in the frozen winter months when everything is solid. But eventually, I think what we'll have to do is search for iron like in an area like this. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But I'm thinking that I like more and more this idea of moving north. So, first things first, let's find the coast. How about that? Let's locate where the big water is. All right, here we go. Trying to avoid any enemies or large bears. Ooh, look. Zoom in a little bit. Caught my eye. We got a cave right there. Two of them. See the little black hole right there? Yep. We're not going to go into them. If they were bordering water, I would definitely look at them. But caves on their own, especially up north here, aren't really that like rare. You see some caves down south, or like one on the border of a river. That's a place worth considering like settling down. All right, let's take a drink, eat. We're still not at the no, we're getting close. You can see the mountain ranges are getting much thicker up here to the north, which is to be expected. All right, how we doing? Everything's looking solid. Temperature's good. Here we go. So this is it. It's iced over, and we can walk on a lot of this. The earth, the shores here near the land will ice over, but this is the northern coast. Boom! Look at that. The big water. Let's see. Oh man, we made quite a journey. All right, everybody. Well, I've spent some time up here in the north opening up the map, as you can see, and I found a pretty decent little spot. Now, I don't know if it has iron, but it has captured my heart. So let me show it to you. It's kind of special. I like it. So if we come out of the world map, I've got it marked, as you can see. We zoom in a little bit. Here we go. I've got a shelter already built. I think I'm pretty set on this location, but let me show you. If I back away, ignore the shelter. Let me go ahead and take that mark off the map too. It's a little bit easier to see. Whoops, I'm on the wrong one. So you got to actually go to it with your cursor. Still the wrong one. There we go. Delete. All right. So you can see this place is surrounded. There's a lake right in the middle. I can walk on it now because it's frozen, of course. But in the winter or in the summer, it will thaw out. We'll have a nice big lake there. But it's got mountains on three sides of it. I call this the Trinity, the tri-tip, the three mountains of the apocalypse. No, I mean of the Revelation, I guess. No, but this is a fantastic spot. So, of course, I've zoomed in here. Let's zoom out a little bit. I've come into the terrain map here and I've looked all around. I've been searching here. Ooh, let's grab some of our resources. Any little resources we can get. Let's get those. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is as you see, I'll show you the shelter location. Let's pick up some goodies as we go, though. There's going to be no shortage of rocks around here and stones, though. I'll tell you that much. Having three mountains, and with this kind of terrain, there's got to be some good iron locations around here. But we'll find out soon enough once it gets warm. And as you can see, so here's the big lake in the middle. Pretty steep hillside here. No big cliffs unless you come at them from an angle. But I recommend don't try climbing them unless you're really good at climbing. But I never do climbing. So we've got the woods over here. This is where we'll get all our lumber for burning and for eventually making a log cabin down the road. Still got a lot of work to do before we get there. But over here, oh, look at this nice area. So there's a mountain behind me. This is one of the mountains we saw on the map. There's one of the big ones. And here's the second one right over there. And between those two, we've got a nice little plateau. Of course, down here, you get into the flat land. This is going to be basically our hunting ground. As you can see, our back door right here, front yard, whatever you want to call it. There's not a lot of it, too, so that's really the only downside, but this is an incredible spot just in terms of the amount of flat land here. If we look, though, if I do zoom out, you don't see a lot more, but there's a bit of this dark area. This dark green is the nice flat territory we need to do hunting in. So that's critical. But hey, with the lake here, maybe I might even do some fishing one day. You know what I'm saying? So I need to make sure that, yeah, my shelter is the location where I actually zoom in and out from. All right, so I've got the shelter set down right over here. It's kind of off to the side, down the hillside. I wanted it right directly next to a watering hole. So, but once we do start to build the cabin, yeah, there we go. So I can do stuff. I can sleep, and we're gonna move everything up here. So eventually I'll be hunting up here and stuff, even before we get our cabin. So I want a nice little spot here where early on I can still process skins and dry meats if possible and stuff. But I think this is it, guys. Now, like I said, I hope I can bring everything down up here from our little location, our little shelter. Obviously, I'm going to have to make multiple trips just because there's a lot of meat still not done for a few weeks, but I'm going to do that. That's going to be the next task for the next couple of weeks here, in game at least, not in real life. But hopefully I can get it done in one more episode. And we will move everything up here. We're going to abandon those shelters to the south. The pig traps, we're going to forget about them. I'll probably disable them and get the cordage back from them. But this is going to be our new home right up here in the north, guys. I'm loving it. And the little trinity of mountains, I think it's a blessed site. So I think we found our spot. I appreciate everybody tuning in for the Unreal World series. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it so far, and I will see you guys on the next episode.